All praise to the Most High. I hope you guys are doing amazing. It's been a long time since I posted a video. It feels like forever, but it probably hasn't been that long, but it feels like forever. God's just been working with me on some things. There's been a lot of big changes in my life, and thankfully God's been getting me through and giving me peace in doing so. I know a lot of people are here because a lot of people follow this channel from me doing tarot readings and zodiacs, horoscopes type of things, and God delivered me from that. And now this channel has transitioned over into the right path that God has for me to go down, the more biblical path, the more righteous path of doing things. And I'm not here to force anybody to believe what I believe. I'm not here to make you believe anything. I'm more so here to plant the seed. God has given me the voice and using me as a vessel to plant seeds. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm open to correction, but I'm not here to be nitpicked. I'm not here to be criticized and all of these different things. If God feels that I'm ready to talk, then I'm going to speak on it, and I'm going to speak on different topics and give different words and prophetic words as He has me to do so. So for one thing, if you're here for daily motivation, if you're here for daily messages from God, or sometimes it's going to be a prophetic word, sometimes it's going to be a teachable word, sometimes it's just going to be something to edify you in the moment, okay? So we're going to be just rocking over here however God gets me to rock, okay? So for one thing, I want to help people to more so understand the Bible, because if we're going to be honest, I'm going to keep it real over here. This is going to be a real raw channel. Being a Christian and reading this Bible, it's a lot. I'm sorry, your soul, even when you pray to God and asking God to push you through reading this Bible, sometimes it can get annoying, especially when you're on this walk, and sometimes you just going through tough times. You do not be wanting to pick up no Bible. You just be looking like, God, I want you to just come down from there and just help me now. I just need some physical help, but once you just pray over it, sometimes you just got to take a second and pray, and He'll calm all that down and ease your mind. And even if He don't get you to read like a whole chapter or a whole book of the Bible, He'll have you just read certain sections that kind of calm you down. And that had got me to a point where I was cherry picking the Bible, and God had to rebuke me for that for a second. But I'm trying to get better, and I'm gonna continue to pray on it so I can, get back into reading at least like three pages or 4 pages a day of the word. So I read it daily, but I need to get back to more so being more purposeful with it. So today's message that I'm delivering, and like I was saying, before I get into the message, today's message is going to be about the importance of diet, and I'm not talking specifically about food. So today's message is going to be really pivotal. It's not going to be a long video, just like my introduction back and just clearing up some things. So like I said, I want to really deliver a lot of people from tarot and zodiac, because one thing, if you don't agree with me about nothing else, I want you to understand that the danger or the anxiety that horoscopes cause, it causes a lot. And if you can't admit that, you need to take a step back. And sometimes it can drive you crazy and have you going up a road that you weren't meant to be up, and have you spinning in a cycle you weren't meant to be in. And once I noticed some things, and God delivered me from some things and showed me some things, I don't know, I'm a critical thinker, so I like a lot of answers, and that's what led me to tarot, because I be wanting answers. Like when I got into church and I could not get answers from the pastor that I wanted, I was like, well, this probably ain't for me, because I want these certain answers. But I want you to think of this in this type of way. God is only going to release answers to you as He feels you can handle it. A lot of stuff we cannot handle initially, and we're not going to know all the answers are in and out to God, because that would be, quite frankly, stupid. That's like let me give you an example. That's like you having a business, and you have this business, and this is a multi-million, multi-billion business, and you the only person specifically, you the only one who knows these ins and outs and to everything. And maybe you and your business partner knows these ins and outs to everything in your business. So you may give a course, you may show people how they can start their own business, you might show them how to flow within your business, but would you give them the passcode to the safe or give them every little detail so they can hack your business or they can do things or find loopholes to do certain things? No, you would not do that. And that's the same thing, almost example with it, how it is with God. It's certain heavenly laws and heavenly things and mysteries that we're not just going to know unless God is ready to reveal those things to us. A lot of the things that we need to know is the basics of life and the spiritual principalities and stuff is in the Bible. But other than that, like different revelations that you're going to receive that's beyond this Bible is going to come straight from God. And he's only going to reveal that as he feels that you need to know it. So that's just a blessing with searching God and really just getting closer to him. So yeah, I had to learn that, like, you're not going to know everything when you feel like you want to know it. Working with God is just different. You have to be on his time, and you start to learn being on his time is the best time to be on, because even in my stubbornness and my prideful ways and everything, he's just been getting things done for me, and he's just been being God. God's been guiding, okay? So let's get into this quick word, and I hope it edifies you in some type of way. And yeah, and these words are going to be so much better. Trust me, the way these messages are going to be delivered is going to be so much better than any any zodiac, any tarot reading. This is just for you to have a personal relationship with God and grow closer to God, so you don't ever need a tarot, so you don't ever need to be looking up a horoscope, so you don't ever need to be doing any of these things. And if you're new to this channel and you're watching my other videos and you're wondering why my mole was from here to here, this is what my real mole is, but I used to cover it up and put one right here because that was just like my signature. I know some people ask and people like to nitpick and different little things, so I thought I'd just throw that out there. My real mole is here, but I put one here sometimes just for my own signature thing. It's just something I like to do. And another thing, people if you're a real Christian and God is talking to you, speaking through you, he should be delivering you from wearing makeup. Makeup is demonic. You take that up with God, okay? God will take it up with me when he's ready to deliver me from things. God work with me as he wants to work with me, and let us do what we do over here. As long as I'm not sinning, I'm not encouraging you to sin. I'm not telling you need, trying to beat down your throat that you need makeup or that you need any of these things or certain things. Then, you take that up with God and you pray for me and let God deliver that message to me, okay? So that's how we rocking. I just want to address just a few little different things, because it's certain things you see, and God been leading me and guiding me to see certain people's channels, and some people's channels he's been showing me on this walk, like when I go full-fledged into like really on this walk, is some people who are just Pharisees and they hypocrites, and they just nitpick everything about other people's theology and Christianity walk, and it's a lot. So I clear that up, but I'm not going to be going back and forth with nobody about my relationship with God. That's between me and God, okay? So next, let's get straight into the real message. The real message is the importance of diet, okay? And this is really basic things that you need to just pay attention to on a daily basis of, like, what are you intaking? So first, if we're going to keep it a buck, we're going to talk about food, nutritional diet. Okay, God's been working with me on that too, because I can fast. I did a 21-day water fast before. I've done 7-day water fast. I've done fast where I just fasted from junk, breads, different stuff like that. I can do fast, but sometimes when I'm in a down period, I struggle. I struggle with fasting, and I struggle with eating right. Sometimes I turn into an emotional eater, and lately, since God's been having me go through this journey, he's really been kind of enforcing that on me, like, you emotionally eat sometimes and you need to stop it, and that's just hard sometimes. But your diet is really an important part of your day, and a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it is. Your diet and what you intake is an important part of your spiritual walk. For one, because what you eat, it messes with how your whole body functions. If you're eating a bunch of processed food, you're gonna feel very lazy unless you're very active. I know some people who can eat certain stuff because they're very active, and it's like their body burns it off quick. You won't necessarily be the most healthiest, and when you get some come in contact with bacteria, colds, and germs, you might get sick still because you're not eating the best, but you might not keep the weight on and stuff like that, or might not be as drained because you're balancing it out with being active. So for some people that works, but I know for my spiritual journey and the way my body and metabolism is set up, if I'm going to eat a certain type of way, I have to be active, and if I'm not going to be active, it's going to be a mess. So that's one thing. So making sure you keeping your diet intact and paying attention to the things you eat and seeing how those things affect you, and just seeing how your body reacts to things, and being able to sacrifice for God, sacrificing eating certain things on behalf of God, showing God, I can go without this for a period. Doing fast. I fast on the Sabbath. Fasting on the Sabbath, where God doesn't require us to fast on the Sabbath, but that's my personal sacrifice. On Saturdays, from Friday night to Saturday evening, I like to just go ahead and completely cut out food and try to fast. Sometimes I slip up, but as God says, man was not made for Sabbath. Sabbath was made for us. So if we do fall short, try not to make it a habit, but at least just talk to God about it and grant you those graces, and making sure that you're being intentional about what you're doing. So the next thing also is social diet. The people you're around, the people you're surrounding yourself with. Just social diet and environmental diet. I guess it's one and the same almost, because your social diet is basically, like I said, the people you're surrounding yourself with, and in your environments is like things that you're constantly finding yourself around. So like, what are you constantly, frequently doing throughout your days, your weeks, your months? What are you doing? So who are you interacting with? Who are you talking to? What type of influence these people have on you, what type of influence your environments have on you. Like paying attention to your surroundings, to your household, your school place, your workplace, like how those things affect you, and just praying about it, talking to God about it, and making active plans and steps to make changes if it's anything that you can do in those circumstances, or moving you out of those circumstances, and just being actively and really co-planning your life with God. Okay, God is the author, but he allows you to co-plan when you know what you're doing. He gives us free will, but God, he always just steps in at the right time. And he grants you graces in places that you don't even realize you have grace in. So yeah, definitely checking your social diet. And what that looks like is making sure you're surrounding yourself with other godly people, other positive people, other motivational people, other people who are on their grind, other people who not that you want to idolize, because we don't idolize nobody but God, but other people you aspire to be like. You want your friendship should be kind of a reflection, not exact of you, but it should be kind of like a reflection of each other, like an upliftment. Like, if I have a friend who runs a Fortune 500 company, and it's not about money or anything like that, but that's good to have that motivation and that inspiration, and somebody who can probably help and guide you through. And it's not about using them, it's just about we can bounce things off of each other. This person may be more business minded, I may be more spiritual, where I can help them in the spiritual aspect, or I may be more gifted in other areas, where it's like a balancing act, so you can all kind of help each other in whatever areas you need to help each other in. Okay, so we went over social diet, nutritional diet, environmental diet, like I said, your workplace, what are you frequenting, and then physical diet, like what are you doing physically? Are you being active? Are you laying around? What are you doing on a daily basis? And this all has to do with your spiritual walk, because it all affects how you move, how you think, how you're motivated, how you get things done. And social media plays a big impact on that. A lot of people aspire to be like the things they see. And on this walk, like God said, we live in the world, but we don't want to be of the world. So that means we live here, so we want to mingle, we want to be around certain people, but that don't mean that you have to copy the things you see. You can be you, and you can live your life without having to be like them. You want to be set apart, okay? So I don't aspire to be out all night drinking. I don't aspire to be in the club twerking. I don't aspire to twerk and be half naked all my life. I don't aspire to do those things. At one point, did I? A little bit, yeah. But now God has just been working with me in a way where I no longer desire those things. I desire to just live a godly, peaceful, happy, well provided for life. That's what I actually want to do. So that's the goal. And that's where we're gonna get to. That's where we're gonna get to. You know, God takes us through detours, or we take ourselves through detours when we're being disobedient. But it's a walk, and we're gonna get there. So my goal here is just to help encourage everybody and just to be a reflection. And I'm not here to chastise nobody. I'm not here to tell you what you're not doing right, what you're not doing wrong, what you I'm here to plant those seeds of thought, like to take a second guess at this, like am I doing this right? Because I don't want to ever make nobody feel like like I'm being their parent, or I'm trying to belittle anyone, okay? Because I know how it felt when I was going through my walk, and at one point I do find myself being overcritical of people, but now I'm critical in a sense where it's like that's just not the crowd, or that's just not that's not of God, and that's just not what I desire to do. I'm not critical in a sense. I don't want to be critical in a sense of saying, look at them, look what they doing. No, it's just more so, I pray that they get the guidance that they need. I pray that they take heed to the seeds being planted in their life, because when God plants seeds in everybody's life, he put the urge in everybody's life, and it's either you take the calling or you ignore it. So yeah, so that's just pretty much the message for today. Just paying attention to your diet, your intake on a daily basis. And I know sometimes in certain environments it can be hard, because it's just like, well, what can I do in this environment? Like, I don't have much alone time, I don't have much privacy, I don't have much this or this. And whenever little chances you get, even you don't have to go with what other people do. You can just always still be set apart, and no matter what the environment. And it's hard, and you may get backlash, and people may criticize or whatever. But at the end of the day, we live to please God. We don't live to please man. So you just gotta pray about it and keep it pushing, and pray that God leads you and that you're obedient enough to get you out of them circumstances in a quick, orderly fashion. Okay, so yeah, guys, that's just what you kind of want to do. And I've been in that circumstances with living situations. I've been in that circumstance with jobs, with friendships, with relationships, with everything. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave questions below, and any topics you would like me to speak about, I will. And yeah, we just going to continue to rock. Tomorrow's message is going to be about hold on, guys, let me get my book. Let me get my little book. Tomorrow's message we're going to be speaking about, and as God redirects me and have me speak about something different. But for the most part, let me look, because I'll be writing so much stuff down. I wrote it down, and then I might have wrote it in another book. Sorry, guys, I have so many journals. So bear with me. Okay, yes, here we go. So tomorrow's message, if God doesn't give me a prophetic message, because he may, but that's all on his time. He speaks when he wants to speak, and that used to be a problem I had too. I wanted God to speak to me when I wanted him to speak to me, or rush him into giving me answers. Child, I was a mess. But so tomorrow we're going to be speaking about Proverbs chapters 10 through 12, and it's going to be a good message. It's going to be a good message to help you understand some biblical things and just a way of living life, like and it's not going to be boring. Like, I want to add my personality into it. I'm not going to play with the Lord's word. I'm not going to add things that shouldn't be there, that misconstrue his word or anything like that. But I'm going to say it in a way that's relatable, that you get it, that you understand. Because I have to break down sometimes and watch people that tell me in ways I can understand when I don't get it, and pray to God that I can understand. Because sometimes sometimes you have to talk to God, like, God, I'm reading this word, I done read this same passage about 3 times, and you keep showing it to me. So what exactly is you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Lord? But it's a process. It's a process, and we all get there. And I don't want nobody to feel ashamed, or I don't want you to feel stupid or anything because you don't understand some things in the Bible. Because trust me, everybody, when you initially start reading the Bible, or even after you read the Bible a couple of times, there's still things you may come across that just be like, what okay? But you just pray and ask for clarity, and eventually the Lord reveals it to you. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. Today was more so a light introduction back video and just going over some brief things. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And yeah, I'm gonna be coming back to you with some more words and some more uplifting things, and you know, just guidance. But I really want a lot of people to come closer to God. I really do. And I really want a lot of people to open their eyes and see what's really going on in the world, because God said those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, let them see and hear. I might have butchered that up a little bit, but you get the gist of it. You know, those who have eyes, let them see, which means if you tuned in with God, you see what's going on in this world. And if you're not, you just lost in the sauce and you just out here just being led astray. And that's not where I want anybody who's watching me to be. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow. It's gonna be a little bit more upbeat tomorrow. It's gonna be a little better tomorrow. But today was just the introduction video to get y'all back, and to get me back. And so yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. And for quick short motivational videos and uplifting words of the Bible every day, go ahead. Well, I'm trying to do every day. I'm gonna try to do every single day. Go subscribe to my, except for maybe the Sabbath, but we'll see about that. Subscribe to my Instagram. Well, follow my Instagram, and it is SRG Divinely Guided. And follow my not Twitter, guys, I'm all over the place. Follow my TikTok, and it's Divinely Guided 8. Okay, so follow me on TikTok at Divinely Guided 8, and follow me on Instagram at SRG Divinely Guided, and you'll know the page because it's the pink sun as my picture. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have an amazing day. All praise to the Most High.